I was gonna see it for the first time in Venice, and then I chickened out.
If we're gonna do this, we need to set some rules that you and I both agree on.
Did you order this?
Starting with, I tell you what to do and you do it.
Congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
I would imagine that you would have to build up a lot of trust between all three of you to make this film. Could you talk a bit about how you built that trust, maybe especially between the two of you, Nicole and Harris, and how that came into action when actually filming the scenes?
Well, the trust sort of starts at the top.
Yeah.
So it was more like Helena came to us, and she was so open and available, and just as she says, she wanted to make a film that was radically honest in terms of a woman, and I think, but she's so maternal in a way, so she would take care of us, and she just created a very, very safe environment, which is why we all jumped in. And Antonio Banderas is obviously in this, and Sophie Wilde, and so we had a really, really great group of actors who were like, we're here because we're passionate about the material and we want to help you achieve your vision.
Get on your knees.
No. What?
Get on your knees now. Is that what you want?
Helena, could you talk a bit about when you first originally got the idea from this film and what has inspired you doing this whole process of writing it and then directing it?
I wanted to make something about self-acceptance and trying to sort of become, your true authentic self. I think everyone, humans, men, women, persons, everybody is, at times struggling with our inner conflicting tendencies and desires. And I wanted to be very honest in my writing, but I also really wanted to make a fun, sexy movie. The first movie I've ever seen was Annie, and I immediately thought, I need to go to Hollywood. So it's also my American dream to create a movie that just hopefully, captures an audience and invites you in on this journey with also darker themes. But that's what I set out to do. And then I got these amazing actors that were willing to go on the journey with me. So I couldn't even believe it, of course. So I'm very lucky.
I've never experienced anything like this.
Of course, I think every film should be seen in the cinema. And I think for Babygirl in particular, it's really special to experience the intensity of the film as you only can in a cinema. How was it like watching this film for the first time in a cinema for you, Nicole and Harris?
I mean, it was intimidating at Venice. Like, everyone watches you kind of.
Yeah.
You're on like a bit of a stage watching the film, so it's not the most comfortable cinema experience. But it was nice because we were all there together, and there was a warmth and an appreciation for it, and there were laughs, and
Yeah.
so I think by the end of it, I personally, I think we all felt very it's good, but
Relieved.
Relieved, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where we'd seen it. I was gonna see it for the first time in Venice, and then I chickened out. So I watched it on a small screen myself, and you did too, didn't you, before?
Yeah.
So then the first time I saw it was in Venice with all the right sound and everything sort of. So it actually jumped off the screen to me, and I was really. I mean, there were times when you're going, oh my gosh, what's coming next? But there was such an incredible reception to it that it was like we were floating on air by the end.
I don't think there's any other scenario where you're forced to receive that much gratification instantly. Like, everyone applauds you, and they don't. I've seen it where they don't do it.
They don't applaud you.
I've seen it where they don't
That's
applaud
worse.
as well. So yeah.
Oh my God.
So we got to stand there and just kind of receive all these applause, which is uncomfortable as well, because you kind of have to understand how to receive it. And we were like, should we go? Should we?
Yeah,
should we leave? And then everyone's like, stay. They're still applauding. You have to stand there, and it's like, okay, yeah, no worries, yeah. Thank you very much.
But it's deeply emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you put your heart and soul into something.
Yeah, and when something is so vulnerable, we were so nervous before it started. And then in Venice, you really sit, everybody can see you. You're in the middle of the room. So, of course, it was a very specific experience. But what is really nice about the movie is when people laugh and react to it. And up until now, that's been very heartwarming.
Good girl.